What is achieved in industrialized countries, mostly with considerable high technical effort, is in developing countries and in emerging economies still in its infancy: waste management. The problem in many emerging and third world countries of this world is the waste crisis that impacts extremely negatively on the environment. In addition, the recycling of waste is still in its infant stages and a huge amount of valuable resources are wasted instead of being utilized. Notably, the plastic rubbish and dangerous substances problem and its effect on the environment are still not solved and are therefore an ongoing problem for the people and the climate. People are suffering under unreasonable conditions as they live close to dump sites. The impact on the climate through man-made emissions of greenhouse gases, especially methane, are enormous, whereas the loss of valuable resources amplifies generation of CO2 emissions related to extraction and transformation of primary resources. Threats posed to Mother Earth increase with the ongoing population growth. With the support of the German Technical Corporation and the German Development Service, various development interventions were agreed on with the Philippines to find appropriate solution in model municipalities and to realize appropriate solutions.
The German Technical Corporation was asked in the year 2005 by the Philippine government in an official mission to support the new Republic Act 903, that's the waste management law released, which basically has all components to establish a new waste management system.
In Bayawan, a medium-sized city with more than 100,000 inhabitants, it has been recognized that with the increasing waste generation, new waste management systems and solutions are needed to tackle the problem.
This is our open dump. The problem that we are trying to see right now with this project is the contamination of underground water, because there are in this area there are water sources also there.
The local government in Bayawan City, with the support of GTZ and DED, has recently completed a new waste management centre, which will certainly be a showcase for many other municipalities. The new waste processing facility will allow the increase of waste diversions and material recovery considerably and will provide a suited solution to dispose of residual waste also. The new landfill in Bayawan technically reaches out to European standards in many ways. Bayawan is technically very ambitious, a first step in the right direction. This particularly imaginative, effective and expensive solution is already up and running since 2005 in San Carlos, a commune with some 130,000 residents.
So this is the eco center. So we first constructed this perimeter fence. We fenced this one to prohibit any scavengers or unauthorized person entering into the site. And then we have that office building as our entrance control. So this is the MRF, or the materials recovery facilities. This is the heart of the eco center because this is where the lifespan of our sanitary landfill depends. So this MRF is divided into two sections. We have the loading area for the non-biodegradable and then the loading area for the biodegradable. For our biodegradable, it will be shredded and then it will be transported using our carabao to minimize the maintenance cost. It will be brought to this windrow composting area, which we leave it for a few weeks. We also have this vermicomposting area. So that is a 6,600 square meter sanitary landfill. We constructed the first cell only. We are planning to construct 3 cells. we are planning to construct a 2-hectare sanitary landfill. So right now we are constructing only 6,600 square meter sanitary landfill.
But how shocking is the contrast of many natural beauty areas compared to the pictures of the roadside views that we see worldwide daily. The examples of San Carlos and Bayawan are certainly not sufficient to tackle garbage problems as large cities face them, especially at their waste disposal sites. In Metro Iloilo, a fast-growing urban centre with soon-to-be 1 million inhabitants, and certainly not in the megacity Manila with nearly 20 million inhabitants, the awareness for waste collection, waste separation and recycling is gradually changing, but still not visible everywhere. With the support of GTZ, the local administration in Iloilo developed a new waste management concept and started to implement various enhancement measures, especially to optimize their landfill on an area comprising of 21 hectares. Further steps are in preparation.
We are now in Calahunan Dam site in Iloilo City, Philippines. It is now a controlled dump site. We are now in a transition period for the preparation of sanitary landfill here in Iloilo City. We are now accepting 160 tons of garbage coming from downtown area. So we are now constructing and operating 2 MRFs, the Material Recovery Facility, which operates and composed of 60 organized waste pickers to sort the incoming garbage or waste.
Although this may sound promising, the transition phase to establish an appropriate waste management, of course, needs some time. But step by step, especially the women and children are being helped out of this never-ending spiral by the initiative of the GTZ Product Management and the local council of Iloilo, who for the last few years has been running a recycling project enabling the women who used to work on the rubbish dumps to make fantasyful products made from reclaimed rubbish and sold on by partners.
Well, the people here right now working at the shop were formerly waste pickers, scavenging in the dump site with the 160 tons of waste being dumped by the city residents. And with the closing of the dump site, the city government has to provide or find alternative livelihood for them. And one is the making of these bags with the help of our partners, our friends at the GTZ, not anymore working at the open dump, scavenging at those mixed residual waste being dumped by the city residents.
The Philippines is an island country of unique variety and beauty. In the 7,100 islands, more than 1,600 scattered communities are located, which are home to nearly 90 million people. In many developed countries, modern waste management and especially new waste recovery technologies were developed successfully and can be operated economically. But still, on many places of our planet, environmental awareness is too low, as underlined by improper disposal garbage.
So the German government offered to establish good practices. We of course cannot help all the 1,600 municipalities and cities, but we offered to work with 15 model cities and municipalities, and we hope that after the project, these samples will be replicated, will be transferred to other communities by our Philippine partners.
In many developed countries, modern waste management and especially new waste recovery technologies were developed successfully and can be operated economically. The CReED, the Center for Research, Education and Demonstration in Waste Management in Germany.
Wir verfolgen mit CReED 3 Ziele.
We follow 3 objectives. We share knowledge, technologies, and introduce transfer technologies we have tested.
The capacity of the atmosphere for greenhouse gases, shown here as a trough, should not succeed 350 parts per million. The Earth is not able to transform the amount we produce. The tank is filled gradually and will overflow at about 450 parts per million. The result is extreme climate warming. The ozone layer is increasingly porous, ultraviolet rays enter the atmosphere, glaciers continue to melt, sea levels rise, desertation will spread, storms, floods and other climate disaster will become common reality.
If one considers the life cycle assessment and potential savings related to the substitution of raw materials by secondary raw materials out of the waste stream, as well as related savings on energy and cost for environmental impacts of waste disposal, we conclude that about 10 to 15 greenhouse gas reduction could be availed by optimizing waste management systems. So, with enhanced waste management, we can contribute significantly to reach our vision for sustainability by pursuing the needed development. And this is a very significant message, foremost for all decision makers.
Waste management tomorrow, the intention to provide efficient and modern waste management technologies, the awareness that waste is a recyclable material that can provide alternative raw materials and renewable energy, i.e. electricity, gas, biogas. That waste, such as paper or metal, for material recycling is an excellent option and vision which must be promoted. In Vechta, a relatively simple designed biogas plant was established, which produces biogas out of solid organic waste and supplies the generated energy to a cogeneration plant, producing electricity and heat. Surplus power is fed into the net against an appropriate remuneration. Such systems are not only suitable but also available for emerging economies and developing countries. The leftover plastic rubbish can be used as a valuable fuel for burning as coal or gas in cement works. This is being done worldwide and is highly effective and climate friendly. The reclaimed fuel has a high energy quality, and with a temperature of approximately 2000 degrees centigrade in the rotary kiln, it helps create clinker, which can be converted to cement at a later date. By recycling plastic, we can return to the original product, oil. This is the aim and could be the answer in time in making plastic rubbish profit-making.
We know from our experience that most products and materials will eventually become waste. Hence, it's paramount that we establish technologies which allow all waste to be recycled to provide the needed raw materials out of the waste stream instead of further exploiting fossil natural resources. The necessary techniques are available, but need to be adjusted for the various systems and societies so that we utilize them on the needed economy of scale everywhere. In order to take advantage of these opportunities in other countries, we first need to promote these technology options and to integrate them into future development concepts. Since all raw materials follow the world market trends, it will soon be possible to earn from the waste treatment also in developing countries instead of substituting waste disposal solutions by public coffers. Finally, we may even pay money to the waste producers for their waste, and if this can be availed, we have solved the problem worldwide from my point of view.
But how can we install this vision so that political decision makers and people living in developing countries realize the great potentials and benefits of waste separation, waste sorting and waste recycling for them? By showing best practices and successful examples of modern waste management which demonstrate that waste is a valuable source, which by using the right treatment can even provide multifold benefits, not only for themselves and for the environment, but even as a direct profit in the form of monetary surpluses. For a better climate, a beautiful and livable environment, for a better future, and especially also for our children, the optimization of waste management and waste recycling is a win for everyone. That is the message. Let us use imagination, not the trash can.